Now, class, we are going to create a circle graph on our own, and we're going to complete step one. We're just going to fill out the table in order to be able to draw our circle graph. So this particular circle graph is going to be about your favorite type of pie. We got apple pie, lemon pie, cherry, and coconut. And obviously people have already been surveyed, and this information is going to be given to us. That's called the frequency. So 12 people like apple pie, and 10 like lemon, 15 cherry, and 13 coconut. So the very first thing that you need to do is find the total frequency. So you can do that using your calculator. You just add up the frequency, so 12 plus 10 plus 15 plus 13. And our total is 50. So we write that in. Our total frequency is 50, which means there were 50 people surveyed or questioned about their favorite type of pie. Now that piece of information is very important. We need that in order to figure out the rest of the table. So the fraction of the total is going to be the fraction of the frequency over the total. So let's fill out this column. And what we're going to do is put the number of people who like apple over the total, which is 50. Then we'll do lemon, 10 over 50, 15 over 50 for cherry, and 13 over 50 for coconut. The total of the fraction is not really important for us to do. However, if you did look at the numerators, they add up to be 50. And it's 50 out of the total 50 number of people surveyed. So we've got everybody included, which is good. Next, we're going to find the percent. And there's two ways that we can do that. We can take the numerator on our calculator and divide by the denominator. So if we do that now, we'll get 12 divided by 50. And that'll give us a decimal. So if you notice, 0.24 is the decimal, and as a percent, that works out to be 24%. However, you also could use equivalent fractions so that you change your denominator to 100. And in this case, since our denominator is 50, we will double the numerator and the denominator to have an equivalent fraction of 24 over 50. Oh, sorry, 100. So that's 24%. We do that for each of the rest of them, and we double the numerator. 10 doubled will give us 20%. And the cherry, 15 doubled is 30%. And then coconut is 26%. If we add up all of our percentages, they should equal 100%. And of course, in this situation, they do as well. Now, degrees is the next important part, and that is, of course, we have to remember that in a circle graph, a full turn is represented by the sectors, and it's 360%. So in our circle graph, 360 degrees, sorry. So we have apple, lemon, cherry, and coconut. Each of those sectors, their degrees have to add up to 360. So we're going to find, for apple, 24% of 360. And from chapter 3, you should remember how to do that. We're going to change our percent into a decimal and have 0.24 times 360. So I'm going to write down the workings for this one first. We're going to work it out on our calculator. So 0.24 times 360. And that's going to give us 86.4 degrees. Now, 86.4 degrees, we're going to want to round that off. Oh, sorry, 86.4. We're going to want to round that off to a whole degree. We don't want to draw a little tiny piece. So, of course, we're going to look at the number that's after the decimal place. If it's 5 or greater, we round up. However, in this case, it's less than 5, so we leave it at 86 degrees. And that's what we're going to draw using our protractor. So we have to work out lemon, cherry, and coconut. So we're going to work out 0.20 times 360. So 0.20 times 360 to get their degrees. And it's 72. This one works out nice. 72 degrees. Now we've got to do cherry. So 0.3 times 360. And that's 108 degrees. And the last one is going to be 0.26 times 360. Oh, our calculator's a bit sticky. 0.26 times 360. And it gives us 93.6. I'm going to write this over to the side. Now, we want to round that to 1 whole degree. We're going to look at the first number after the decimal. If it's 5 or greater, we round up. So in this case, we're going to round up 93 to 94 degrees. And if you add up all 4 of our sectors, our 4 different types of pi, they equal 360 degrees. So what we do now is we use this piece of information, our table, and we use our degrees to draw the sectors for our circle graph.